Welcome to episode 2 of Kayfabe Culture, our shoot-off from the Extraordinary Culture podcast. This is Rick, and I'm back again with...
This is Dan from the Extraordinary Culture podcast.
This is Erik from my living room.
This is Anthony from my living room and the Mousepire podcast.
That's right. Anyway, guys, all right, episode 2. Last time we covered, I don't know, about, 30 hours of wrestling?
Yeah,
so,
just
something like that.
WrestleMania. Yeah, about the same length.
Not that much this time, but this time was big news. We had the Superstar Shakeup on both the brands. So, yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
let's go for it.
You guys remember when they first started doing this, when Ric Flair was in charge of Raw and Vince McMahon was in charge of SmackDown?
Vaguely.
They had a full-on draft. Like, all the wrestlers were in the back. And I know it's, whatever, but it was still added at least a little bit of like, hey, they're having a draft, cool. It was happening on the fly, so to speak. This time it was a big cluster because they had wrestlers crossing over before the mix-up. They had,
mix-up, but I'm sure we'll get into that.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. I like the mix-up, and I think it's a smart move just to get some fresh faces on different shows, but I don't think this one was handled very well.
Well, even as recently as the brand split that happened in 2016, there were draft picks. I mean, AJ Styles is the first person to go to SmackDown, because they said, well, we want AJ Styles.
SmackDown too, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about I think Roman Reigns going to SmackDown was a wise choice.
That is totally we're moving to Fox in the fall move.
Yeah.
Let's put our big gun on SmackDown to draw people to that.
And it also keeps him away from Seth for the time being.
Yes. So now he has to win the Royal Rumble to face Seth.
Oh,
yeah.
God, here we go again. I didn't actually watch the final match yet. Did you guys watch that? Did anybody watch that? The final, Dean's final thing?
Shield's final match for real this time. Final match.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't watch it either because it's like the Who. They always have their final tour. And
Right.
I was going to ask that same question. So it was just basically a glorified house show?
Yeah, but I find it super odd that they're giving him so much attention for leaving, because when have they ever done this before?
Never I've heard of. Normally they don't say anything about it. You see it on the website when all of a sudden they're not there. They're all of a sudden alumnus or whatever they call it.
You know what I remember? I remember when Crush left. Now here's dating myself. When Crush left, I remember simply as he was in a feud with maybe The Undertaker, and the only comment we got was, because you go from 1 week a pretty heated feud to the next week he's not there. The comment from Jim Ross was, he took his ball and went home. That's the only comment we got. And now it's like, no, this guy's leaving. He decided not to renew his contract. And I'm like, what the heck? This is uncharted territory.
They just changed its status today too on the website.
Alumni.
Yeah.
How much of that has to do with AEW, though, and keeping that bridge open and making it seem like, you're welcome here, you're welcome back, we want you back? Because everybody says, he says he's burned out. He wants to be done for a while. He doesn't want to jump ship immediately anywhere else or anything like that. So it's an idea of, well, look at how much exposure we give you even up to the end. Come back to us. Don't go somewhere else.
Left on really super good best buddy terms.
Yeah.
But why Dean? I mean, admittedly, I think of the 3 Shield members, he's probably was the least charismatic. I think even Roman Reigns has more charisma than Dean. Not that he's a bad worker, he's kind of blah.
He got pigeonholed. I think he's more charismatic than what led on. I mean, I don't know. I think that everybody had their role in the Shield, and he was like the crazy quiet one, and I just think that kept coming over. I don't know. I mean, he's great on the mic. He can talk.
Yeah,
that run towards the end of the Shield when he had the U.S. title was really good, and he had a lot of good work during that period.
I don't think he had a lot of bad work when he had the world title.
Oh no, definitely not. He just didn't have it long enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I know he's really liked, well respected in the locker room. That could be something leading further in the future. Hey, come back to the Performance Center, work there, build these guys up like that. It could be more than just, we want you back in the ring.
Yeah. I like how they involve Renee Young. So it was those little digs from Corey Graves to Renee Young.
Wait, you want to hear I can do imitation of Renee Young doing ringside. Oh!
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
That's pretty much the extent.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, he's going to go, oh!
Or, oh Lord.
Yeah.
She's still better than Byron Saxton.
Yeah.
That's not saying much.
No, it's not.
I do like I like having a heel announcer, and I'm glad that Graves does that. Even though he flip flops, sometimes he's heel on somebody, and then the next line he's like, he's not. He's
Yeah.
Give him the props. You're like,
Yeah,
hey,
no, yeah, that's kind of funny.
He's doing whatever Vince feeds him in the in his headset.
He's good at it, though. He really is good at it.
Yeah, he is. You know what, though? Back to the shakeup. I think it's going to be something good for Finn Balor. Get him off of the Monster brand and put him with, more of the young talent, more of the more his size people, and he's going to put on some killer matches there.
Yeah, agreed. Him and Andrade have been having
great.
And that again talks back to the shakeup when he was supposed to be on Raw, and there was a rumor of like Mysterio, him, and I forget the third. We're supposed to be a faction, but then all of a sudden, come this week, he's him and Aleister Black and Vega. I'll go back to SmackDown.
Yeah, I was going to mention Aleister Black actually, because now you're going to get that. You can see Finn Balor versus Aleister Black.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one too.
That'd be fantastic.
So I think that works out for him. Yeah, that was a quick move because we saw one week we see Andrade and Zelina on Raw, and then Charlotte had some say there.
The ringside announcers, they were all stymied. They really didn't give you a reason. They're like, "Well, he's here now." You're like, "Okay."
Then if you move Zelina back, you're gonna take Aleister because they're married. So
yeah,
yep.
That's the way that.
And I mean, I don't know how much of that is backstage stuff or if they're really trying to keep units, like family units, together.
I did read that's the reason, and I actually heard Bruce Pritchard's podcast last week where he was asked that. Conrad asked him that, and he actually did say, "No, we tried to keep married couples together. If you were dating, that was a little."
I
different.
can appreciate that. I can appreciate that they do that. That's cool. I mean, it's a hard life. I mean, they're on the road how long?
Yeah, like 300 days a year. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, hell of a lot.
So I mean, it's cool that they did that. I mean, that also brought us that pairing. Well, call up. I guess it wasn't a shakeup, but Kairi Sane and Asuka.
Yeah.
That's going to be a fun group.
Absolutely. And let's not forget Paige as their manager, which...
you need the promos, yeah.
Yeah, to give the promos. I mean, you're gonna need Asuka up there yelling in Japanese.
I love that. That's so
entertaining
funny.
everybody.
Yeah.
But this way, it doesn't force her or Kairi Sane to have to actually talk and get their point across. They could allow Paige to be their Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they don't have to think off the cuff because Paige can do improv, She can think off the cuff off of something going live instead of pre-scripted like they get sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good. The only thing I don't want to see is, please God, let the Iconics have a little bit of a run with that title. I think you can build them up to be, like I've been saying, the chicken shit heels. Let them find a way to win, to kind of cheat to win, to come in and do what they did to win the titles, which was, push off somebody else and hit them with something to make the pin. Like, you got to do that because you got to build it up. You're going to make more money with the faces chasing the heels.
Well, fortunately, it seems like they're setting up a rivalry with Kairi and Asuka versus Mandy and Sonya. Right off the bat, rather than just throwing them right into the. Because either that, or you're going to end up with some sort of triple threat match situation. But they're definitely setting up for some sort of rivalry between those two groups because of the whole previous relationship with Paige.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Admittedly, I didn't watch SmackDown this week. I haven't had a chance. It's been a busy week, but I kind of caught up on some of the spoilers. So yeah, I did kind of see that was happening. That'd be exciting, actually. I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll work.
Well, they keep burying the Iconics in solo. I mean, they get buried.
I don't care if you bury them in solo. Let them have a run with the tag title.
Yeah.
Then the two of them can do it together. Eddie Guerrero used to say, cheat to win, baby. Cheat to win. That's how it goes. Well, in exchange for Aleister, Zelina, and Andrade, though, Raw got Cesaro, breaking up the bar. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I like the bar. I thought they were cool, but maybe they've had their run.
Who's been working hurt though? Hasn't Sheamus been working hurt for a while?
Yeah, Sheamus is hurt. He was concussed.
But even before that, wasn't he having some shoulders, some neck issues or something like that?
Oh, I don't know if I heard that.
I thought because if you look at it a lot, Cesaro carries a lot of the matches.
Well, it's like they want
he's a Superman.
Well, yeah, that's what Superman. But they build up the tag teams and then they break them apart. They want the tag team division. Yeah, they'll take teams and split them.
Well, those guys had been together for quite a while. I mean, ever since the draft that you alluded to, because it was Mick Foley that got those two guys together, and that was pre-draft. So I mean, those guys have been going for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only group that had been together for longer was probably, other than as far as regular tag teams, the only group that had been together longer was probably New Day.
Yeah.
And the Usos and people like that. But I mean, they don't really count.
No.
You're not going to break up the Usos. You can't tell them apart.
No.
I still can't. I think it's a good move for Cesaro. I mean, he's always been a good character. Let's hope he gets this one now because he came in with a lot of steam. But I mean, he beat Cruiserweight and Cedric Alexander. So I mean, who did put up it was a pretty good match. But I don't know if that was the way to go. Have him basically a squash match.
Well, I hope that they square away his music pretty fast because he came into that kind of still that mashup, which is still mostly Sheamus's music.
Right, you're right, it is.
But they just added
the Irish folk song.
Right, but they added that little extra little video flash of Cesaro images at the beginning of the video. It was a little weird.
I'll admit it though. I missed the 007 entrance for Cesaro.
Hell yeah, they
that was such a cool one. That was cool. But tag team wise, I mean, they're really trying to stack those divisions now with Heavy Machinery finally getting their spot on SmackDown and putting the Usos on Raw.
Have you seen those guys live?
The Usos? No.
No. Heavy Machinery.
Yeah,
we saw
them in July.
Oh yeah, that's right, huh? When we went to NXT. Yeah, they're so much fun.
Everybody shouting stakes and weights.
Yeah, they're so much fun. If they push them right, they could be a lot of fun.
They could be, yeah. But then the addition of the Viking experience, or the Viking Raiders, or the War Raiders, or
hold on,
or Heavy Vikings, or whatever they're going to be this week.
They did 180 on that one.
Okay, so I read somewhere.
Hold on real quick. Go ahead, Rick, but I want to hear Anthony talk about this one.
I will, but I read somewhere, though, that one of the original ideas for the name coming up before the Viking Experience was the Berserkers.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Now you're just making me think about Clerks.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
No.
You can say my love for you is like a truck berserker.
Yeah.
That's horrible. So, oh my God. All right, go for it now, Anthony. What do you think, dude, of that name? And
at WrestleMania weekend, up until WrestleMania Day, they were still War Raiders because they were announced as such, as having lost, obviously, or having beat Black and Ricochet.
Right.
And then the very next night, they come out, and all of a sudden, they have, not only do they come out as Viking Experience, but they also have completely different character names now.
Right.
Erik and Ivar.
Yeah, Erik and Ivar, which apparently was names that they've used in the past. Is that correct?
I don't know. I'm going to look that one up while you're going off there.
That's a good question.
But then obviously they come back the next week and they're the Viking Raiders, but their finisher is called the Viking Experience.
Yeah, I heard that when they said that.
So did I get all that correct? That sounds.
That sounds correct. And you want to add more to that cluster? Of course, the NXT tapings are done ahead of time. So on Wednesday, yesterday, they came out as the War Raiders and beat the Street Profits and retained the tag titles.
So, yeah. So on NXT, they're for sure still the War Raiders, but on the regular show, we have no idea. Basically, they're just gonna keep. They should just make it a gimmick now, where they just have a different name every week. Because
you mean like the Lightning Kid and Cannonball Kid and the Kamikaze Kid, the 1, 2, 3 Kid, 6.
Yes.
Is 1, 2, 3 and 6?
I can't find any proof that they actually used those names before. So it looks like it's always been Hanson and Rowe.
So basically they just pulled out that Erik and Ivar just basically out of their asses.
Yeah,
I don't know if I could say asses. Am I allowed to say asses?
No,
yes,
fine.
I'm allowed to say
you
asses.
You could say it. Well, you think of Erik when you think of Vikings.
Thank you.
Right.
No
right.
offense. Yeah. So Ivar
spelled right too, by the way.
Yes.
With a K, yeah.
Heck yeah.
And then Ivar, yeah, it just sounds very Viking. I don't know. That wasn't even a match against Lucha House Party, was it?
No.
They just came out and beat him up.
They just came down and healed up.
I don't even think the bell rang, if I remember correctly.
No, I don't think it did. Because we saw the Viking Experience, and then I was like, he didn't even pin him. And I'm like, oh, this was never actually a match. I think I actually did hear Corey Graves say that this match actually never actually begun.
Yeah, I think they had to clarify that too, because it was kind of a hodgepodge. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, did it ring? Did it not ring? What's going? Why is it stopping?
Yeah, but NXT tapings are ahead of time, so that's already pre-done. We'll see. I kind of wondered that too, because it's going to be interesting to me because they don't bring out the NXT tag titles with them on the main brand.
No,
they are the NXT champions.
No, and Ricochet and Black didn't either while they had the belts.
They never had the belts.
Ricochet and Black?
No.
No.
They never had the
I
belts.
thought. Oh, I thought
they won
were.
they won the classic to face War Raiders. They
Oh,
never
I
actually
thought
the
they
belts.
had the belts before that.
No, Gargano and Ciampa came out with them.
Oh, right, okay.
Hey, interestingly though, at the tapings where Velveteen Dream won the North American title, when Johnny Gargano first appeared on the main brand, they gave him the belt back because that episode hadn't aired.
Right.
So that that's a big kind of faux pas on.
I mean,
on
I
their
guess
end.
technically there is precedent for people not coming out with the belts because Paige didn't have the belt when she came out and beat AJ.
No, that's true. So she didn't bring it out until she had. Wait, no, was it the next week? Because I do remember seeing her with 2 belts, but I don't think it came out that week.
No,
They
it
just
wasn't.
announced her
It
as
wasn't
the-
the.
as
It
the
wasn't the
NXT
night
champion.
she won it. It was after that, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Or she
I
might
think
have
you're
had both belts on NXT.
Go
When the
ahead.
graphics, when Aleister Black and Ricochet were coming on Raw, before the shakeup,
Yeah.
they were still showing their NXT graphics for their names.
Mhm.
And then right before the shakeup, they started getting the Raw graphic for their names. But the Viking Dream Experience show, whatever you want to call it, they come out to Raw. They're coming out to Raw graphics. So are they going to stay up, or are they just bringing them up for a bit and then putting them back down there? Or
No idea. They said it could affect a bunch of stuff. We know for sure that like Kairi Sane and Heavy Machinery are up. Apparently Lars
They've
Sullivan and Lacey
stated-
Evans are up.
They've stated officially that the Viking, whatever they are up. So I'm assuming that the next set of tapings will drop the titles.
how far out do they do NXTs?
I think they tape 3 or
I've-
4 episodes at a time.
Yeah, I think they're cleared through May 1st right now.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, you're going to be hearing them as War Raiders for at least 3 more weeks.
Yeah. yeah. So was that the same show that EC3 was just buried by Strowman?
Yeah.
The draft was, yeah.
Oh my God. Poor guy. That guy can't catch a break.
Why is that? I mean, he's got skills, right?
Yeah,
He's a great worker.
Yeah. He's a multi-champ champion in TNA, isn't he, Rick?
Yeah, he's a two-time world, and I think he had the Grand Championship, which was a joke, but let's not talk about that.
I watched
yeah.
TNA for a short period, and I remember him having some battles with Samoa Joe and AJ.
Yeah, they can all go.
Yeah.
They can all go, so I don't know. He got buried there, though, so we'll see what happens. We got the Usos
Well, somebody
now.
has to get buried by Braun. So.
Always, yeah. We got the Usos now on Raw, which should be interesting. They had a little confrontation with the Revival, which I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
See 2 legitimate tag teams go at it.
Yeah, that's going to be good. We got Naomi, which I could care less about, unfortunately.
She just won because Jay, right? Is that the one?
She went because no Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yeah, one of them. One. I told you, can't tell them apart.
It's Jimmy.
We got Rey Mysterio there now, along with Samoa Joe, who came later. So we saw how that went at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think Rey Mysterio is just an attraction now, to be honest with you. I don't think.
You think he's on his victory lap?
I think he's there to. I think he's there to
bit.
put over some of the other talent. Is
Okay,
really what
yeah.
his thing is there for. I don't think he's.
So he's
making
Angle.
things crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Angle. Where it's just like he's going to come over and put over the younger guys.
He could be really good, post in ring as a trainer for the cruiserweights and all that.
Absolutely. So we got. Do we get Eric Young too?
Yes.
Yes.
They broke up Sanity, or part of it at least.
No. Sanity's broken up because at the latest NXT UK tapings, Alexander Wolf showed up there.
Oh,
He's
wow.
not part of NXT UK. He's with Walter.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't really watch NXT UK. I know you did a little bit, but I'm going to try to catch up, at least with the Pete Dunne and Walter stuff, because that's more interesting to me than what was going on there before. So, no, that Sanity's done. I don't know what's going to happen to Killian Dane, but Lars is up. We kind of talked about him the last time we met.
He's in SmackDown, right? Is that where he's at?
Yeah,
Oh,
he
wow.
went to SmackDown.
Okay.
Got to be careful how you handle him. Lacey Evans. I'm worried they're going to burn her out fast.
The tease leading up to her finally doing something was too long.
Yeah, agreed.
It's like some things they let go way too long, and some things they don't let go long enough. You're just like,
yeah.
But I've liked what I've seen her do. I think she'll be fine. I think once we get past this whole what she was doing, and then she's actually a regular performer.
From what I've seen, she can work. The matches that I've seen in NXT and from what we've seen here, she's really good. I just worry that she doesn't have enough time in. You're going to bring her up, put her against Becky. You know Becky's not losing anything right now. She's on too hot a streak to lose anything right now. So you're going to bring her up, somebody new, and just, have Becky go over her. Where do you go from there? I don't know that it's a smart move, but.
Well, then 2-belt Becky's now got 2 matches on the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's going to be Well, isn't this match for both of them, for both belts?
There's one for Lacey Evans for the Raw one, and one against Charlotte for the SmackDown.
Oh, so okay,
now
again,
on Raw when they set up the Lacey Evans versus Becky, they kind of made it sound like at first that it was for both belts.
She mentioned something about both belts, no?
But then on SmackDown when they set up when Charlotte won and she was announced as being facing Becky, that was kind of like unclear of what that meant.
Three-way again, triple threat.
Yeah, they've been.
Or
doing
it just
that,
doesn't matter
every
because
show
Becky's
now.
not going to lose anyways.
Right. So, but again, that doesn't help Lacey Evans at all because if she's going to go 2 matches, the one with Charlotte's going to go way longer.
Yeah.
So Lacey's there to just put over Becky as a strong face character again, as somebody that beat Ronda Rousey, and now can take it to Charlotte. So that's not going to help Lacey Evans at all.
It could work if they book Charlotte Becky first in the night, and then it's that long grueling match, and then later in the night Lacey Evans takes her on, and it's
Takes her
that,
to the limit.
Exactly.
Oh, what about and you guys will hate me for this. So Charlotte, Becky go first. Long grueling match. Lacey comes in and smashes Charlotte, so Charlotte gets the win via DQ, but no belt. And then Lacey, or she could even go in and beat the hell out of Becky at that match, make her injured, quote unquote, and then have the match later. Either way.
Yeah, maybe keeps the heat on Lacey too.
Yeah. She comes out looking like she took her to her limit, but Becky comes out as a hero because she faced all the adversity.
You know who's got heat? Mm-hmm. Like real heat? Baron Corbin. He's got like real heat. People hate him.
Well, you guys predicted
You talking about the audience?
Right.
Huh? Yeah.
I still don't feel like that.
I don't think that he's over yet. I think he's legit hated. And they keep doing stuff to make people hate him. Which if you're thinking, that's going to eventually cause him to go over. Because people hate him so much. It's going to become a cool thing to boo that guy. They just didn't like him before, but now it's
and
like...
he's working.
I mean,
too.
I
He's a
agree
total jerk
because
to them.
I hate him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I do too. I hate him, but I don't go out there and boo him. You listen to him come out, and there's almost no reaction.
Right. But I think what they're doing
because he's boring.
I think what they're doing
Exactly.
is leading him in the right direction because they keep doing that stuff that he keeps getting over. Okay, you don't want this thing with Angle. Everybody wanted John Cena with Angle. No, we're going to give you Baron Corbin, and then he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Why should that guy get that? Automatically, you're mad. You hate him. Okay.
Yep.
The next thing, what does he earn? He earns that match against AJ to take it. Yeah, he lost, but guess what? He got heat again. Like there's just more reasons to hate him. It will eventually turn to like straight boos. I hated The Miz for a long time. Like I hated The Miz, the man, not his character. I hated The Miz. Now he's one of my favorites. Completely. He earned my respect, and it took years. It might do that with Baron Corbin, but he's still got some time.
It's funny that because I watch some of the shows with my wife, the reality shows.
Yeah.
And I'm watching The Miz and Mrs.
Yeah.
Which he's hilarious. He's a hilarious.
He is absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah. He's tons of charisma.
So was what's her face?
Marjo.
It's funny because they go to tapings or they're showing him in ring, and I'm like, oh, this is when he was having the feud with Daniel Bryan and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just funny to see where the shows are at and where they're at in relative.
That's I think where he did it for me, where he kind of let out like all that stuff. Like that really put him over. I think when he was arguing with Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan still couldn't work.
When his character became more of the reality-based character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I'm taking this legitimate crap and we're making it into the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I think it was good. So SmackDown, I got a list right here. SmackDown got Finn Balor, Ember Moon, Bayley, Kairi Sane, Lars, Buddy Murphy, Elias, Roman Reigns, and then it got announced separately was Liv Morgan, Chad Gable, Apollo Crews, Mickie James, and Heavy Machinery.
Elias is getting some heat now too.
I love Elias, dude.
He's so much fun.
Yeah, he cracks me up. I didn't like him when he was a face. I mean, I like it when he I love cheap pops.
Who doesn't?
Mick Foley used to do it.
Yeah.
And it just makes me laugh to no end when he used to just get cheap boo pops for whatever sports team that he's in. And, I mean, nothing beats Seattle when he bagged on them not having the Supersonics. But, yeah, I mean, I think Elias over there is going to be good.
Still not quite sure what they're going to do with him. But at least it's a slow build. This has been a slow build for him because he hasn't really had any kind of major feud. But we may see that now with McMahon bringing him out as the biggest acquisition that they've ever got against Roman Reigns now. So I don't know.
That was slow, unlike Kevin Owens' heel turn.
We all knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
waiting
it was
for
quick. I would thought he'd give a couple more weeks out of it. And
No.
all of a sudden, I'm just like, oh, okay, it's happening now.
I thought he was doing a good job of the comedy stuff, but
He's funny too.
This is a guy who's one of his first T-shirts said "Kill Steen Kill." So when he was at ROH as Kevin Steen.
Right.
So I was like, nope, this isn't gonna last. He's a much better heel than he is a.
Oh, he's an amazing heel.
face. Yeah. So
I love to hate Kevin Owens.
right on.
And when he gets interviewed, like on those panel shows and stuff, like after pay-per-view or something, he's just so arrogant and I'm dying laughing because he's cracking me up every time.
So we got. You guys heard the Sasha Banks drama?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Have you heard the Sasha Banks drama, Anthony?
No, I don't think so.
Apparently, and again, all speculation and just rumor for now, she got really heated at the fact that they had to drop the belts to the Iconics. And basically, after WrestleMania, threatened to quit. And they sent her home and said, they sent her home and said, just take some time off and cool off. And in the meantime, the tag team is done, and Bayley comes over to SmackDown. And she's still kind of chilling. She was off on vacation somewhere in the tropics.
Well, she's trying to be a heel. They're trying to get heel heat on her, and it's not sticking for Bayley.
No, that's not going to stick with Bayley. Yeah, if she leaves, she leaves. That's fine. Apparently she had asked for her release, and they told her, just calm down, and we'll do something with you later. So
I mean, I don't know how long she was expecting to hold the belts. I mean, they had them since.
they had them like a month and a half, 2 months. It wasn't
Only had
long.
him since February.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how long did she want them? Did she think they were worthy of Brock Lesnar?
No, but they kind of hinted at the idea that because they were kind of the ones who brought it to fruition, that they were going to give in a significant run, some sort of semi-significant run, let's say 6 months.
Well, then I wouldn't be surprised that something else might have happened in the interim that may have made them change their mind and decide to push the Iconics instead. I mean, obviously Sasha has a long history of not keeping her mouth shut.
Yes, that's what I was just going to say, actually.
In things, so
Yeah.
it's entirely possible that she may have run her mouth about something completely different in between them getting the belts and dropping them to the Iconics. So, I mean, who knows what happened behind the scenes. There's always seems to be something with her.
Yeah, there does. There seems to be a lot of heat every once in a while.
But I think we've considered it before too, and you've said it a lot, Dan. It's that idea of having that good heel tag team as a champion,
Yeah.
and having a good face team, chasing it and chasing it. The chase is where the fun is. If you have it, it's fun for a little bit, but it's not as fun as watching the person having to fight and overcome and do that.
Yeah, look at all you got to look at is Hollywood Hogan and Sting. How long was that build up? That build up was for over a year.
Yeah.
Where Hogan would find a chicken shit way to do things, and then finally, Sting gets the belt, and then when he did, he didn't hold it for very long.
No.
It went back. The money's in the chase. Everybody knows this. It's time honored. Like, you got it. Yeah. It's not the 80s anymore. It's like you got to have that face chasing the heel.
Well, yeah, because then you can have a great situation like you had in the early days of heel New Day versus face Usos when they were going back and forth. And the New Day was constantly cheating.
Yeah.
Before their face turn. There was some great stuff going on during that period.
Then you get that.
And I hated the New Day because I was like, stop cheating.
Then you get to a point where, to take that feud further down the road when they did that no holds barred, was it Hell in a Cell? That Hell in a Cell match where afterwards, like, all respect was due there?
Right, exactly.
From the three of them, so it was like,
Well, then that culminated in them forfeiting to allow Kofi to move on.
In the tag team gauntlet match.
The tag team gauntlet match. Okay. That was the culmination of basically the years and years of Uso New Day rivalry. That was the culmination of that respect was them forfeiting to allow the New Day to move on and get Kofi that opportunity.
And I agree with you. You jumped 3 years and I got lost. I was like, wait. Oh, okay, yeah. We're jumping to modern time. Okay, I got you now. No, yeah. That's exactly where it comes from. No, I totally agree with that. I'm interested to see what Liv Morgan can do. I like Liv Morgan. I think she's coming along, and I think a separation might be good for her. Although, unfortunately, she looks too much like Mandy Rose. Still, even with the pink hair.
I just see I saw it on her Instagram. I don't know if it's going to be new merch, but she had a shirt that said SmackDown Live.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good hashtag.
That's a good marketing thing right there.
That's a very good marketing.
That is, I could see her having more of a rivalry with if Alexa was actually wrestling. I could see her having more of a rivalry with her rather than Mandy.
That's kind of what's going on. Anything to kind of add?
We can't let this slide by. You can't let worlds.
Yeah, no. There's much to be discussed about Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, I totally because I didn't watch SmackDown. Yeah,
but it was on Raw too.
Well, let's go ahead into Firefly Funhouse and Firefly Funhouse.
Well, that's a hard one to say.
Firefly Funhouse,
Firefly
and then
Funhouse.
We'll call it a day after that, so we'll keep our time limit there.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm a mark for Bray. I've always been. I like the whole Colt character. I liked his moves in the ring, a big man, and like the way he did things. I always thought he was the thing they jumped the shark against our Randy Orton at. What was that, WrestleMania? With the projections
that
on the...
where they lit up the ring with the...
Yeah, with the maggots and stuff. Yeah. So Rick messaged me. He's like, dude, you're not going to believe this. Or, I don't know. I'm like, I don't get the East Coast feed. I got to wait. So I was looking, and I looked online. I saw it the first time. I'm like, what in the world? And then I watched it about 10 more times and dissected it. And there's a lot of creep there. There's a lot of creepiness there. That's like, there's more going on than just the surface.
No, I get you. It's that, the nice to a fault, the hidden evil almost.
Yeah. And
it's there.
The heel and hurt gloves.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I saw that.
His glove was talking to him in his ear.
Yes, I caught that as well.
I was like, oh. But someone else said this, and I agree. What can you do with that in the ring? You could do segments. You can do backstage stuff. But how do you do that in the ring?
It's what do they do? Like a bipolar character.
So he's just like he's trying to be good, but he flips out in the middle of a match and just goes.
That's about the only thing I can think of right now. Something like that, maybe a bipolar character.
Rick, you saw All In. You saw Jay Lethal go from Jay Lethal to the Macho Man.
Black Machismo, yeah.
Black Machismo. You saw that.
Every time he smacked his head, something changed. Yeah.
So it's not unheard of. This is wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
No,
I mean it could be like a situation where it's like Balor and the Demon, but in one match, something like that. Where if Balor was doing the Demon. Like, if he was snapping in and out of the Demon and I'm not talking about the new watered down Demon. I'm talking about the original Demon everybody was, so legitimately scared to fight. And, if he was snapping between that and like his regular persona, that would be something that, that would be interesting to do with whatever they're going to call him.
Bray Wyatt.
Well, they called him Bray Wyatt.
Did they say it was Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, he said
that. Okay.
He's slimmed down though. He looks good.
Yeah, the man got a haircut and he bulked up a little bit.
And a beard trim.
Yeah.
But then there's a rumor that came out today about it, and I don't know how, take it for what it's worth. They're saying that the upper ups or whatever weren't too keen on the whole child show cult angle, and that they may go back to old Bray with Lars and Nikki Cross as in the Wyatt family.
I did hear that. That was the backup plan.
Okay, I read something similar to that said that was the backup plan. Actually, the backup plan was them, but that the YouTube numbers and the buzz seemed to be so great in between them being unhappy about the segment on Tuesday morning, and when SmackDown goes on the air, they changed their minds and they decided to re-air the segment. That's what I read. And then I also read that they had also considered Nikki and Killian Dane to go together with Bray to represent the doll and the vulture as part of a stable.
That was my favorite part. Was the vulture was named Mercy, and he had the Hawaiian shirt on.
Oh, like Waylon Mercy?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
but they think that they may not go that route after all.
Well, Nikki Cross and Killian Dane are a couple.
Yeah, they're now married, actually.
Yeah, I think they're engaged, though. But
no, they're now married, according to what I read.
Oh, they're now married. Okay.
They got married, like, within the last week.
Okay, not like either one of them's been on TV, so they had time.
So then she'll be on Raw.
Yeah.
That's why they did it. Separately. She's like, I want to go on Raw. Okay, marry me. Well, I mean, I think you could take Bray's character as the cult leader, and you could add the whole bipolar thing that you're saying. And you could combine the two.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that where he be like, comes out and he tries to be good, but his inner demons are fighting, whatever. And
Well, I always say that true evil is charismatic, and that's how you get followers, is you have that persona, something about you that you're like, wow, this guy, I want to follow this guy.
Well, look at The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Obviously.
So
or even even in smaller groups like the Brood.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who were only together like 9 months or something. It really wasn't even that long.
Right, but everybody remembers them because of the music and obviously Edge and Christian coming out of that.
Right.
But I think this would be a perfect opportunity to, especially with his look right now, to team him together with his brother somehow.
Yeah. Who's kind of
I've always wanted that. I always wanted Bo to be part of the Wyatts.
Because right now the way that Wyatt looks with his he almost looks like they almost look alike right now
He
with
looks
the
like
way
Bo
that
Dallas. Yeah.
right with the way that Bo Dallas has grown out his beard and now Bray has cut his beard. They're almost exactly alike right now.
Do you miss twin magic?
Twin
How's
magic.
that?
Yeah. Isn't that when Bella and Nikki would switch out?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
Ugh.
Oh my god. The Killer Bees were better.
Yes, they were.
Oh my god. Brie mode, dude. Botch. No. So, I don't know if you guys got anything else we kind of covered this week. I haven't really watched much else. We're definitely gonna, I know Rick and I for sure are going to watch Double or Nothing. One way or another.
What are they broadcasting that on?
I don't even think they've announced, but I can only imagine it'd be Fight on Fight TV.
That's,
That reminds me.
before they had the last one, so.
Yeah.
That reminds me of one more thing. Can we pay respects to the retirement of Goldust's character?
Right. That's
Yeah.
Oh
right.
yeah, we didn't
Yeah.
even touch on that.
No.
This is definitely his victory lap.
The funny thing is, he said about a month ago, because he hadn't been on, and he's like, "You marks, like my contract, I didn't quit, or why I wasn't released. I'm still under contract," and he was. It just now expired. So he was
Yeah.
telling you the truth. Then he get announced as Cody's opponent at Double or Nothing, which
Well, he's gonna put Cody over,
of course.
and he's gonna. This is like it's trying to probably have some kind of backstage thing with AEW afterwards. I would think.
Yeah,
I don't foresee him doing more than just this match.
This
His
is-
knees are shot.
This is the match we never got
Yeah.
in WWE. We got it teased with Goldust and Stardust, but we never actually got this match. So, I mean, looking forward to that. Cody's going over. It would be hard-pressed to say that Dustin is going to go over because he's no longer Goldust.
He
I don't
got
know.
this half face paint thing going on too.
Right. Well, Frederick,
No, it's fine.
real quick about AEW, I'm getting a little concerned their roster is too big. Every week it's new guys. So it's gonna.
How long is their show? How long is the show supposed to be? It's supposed to be an hour or two.
It's supposed to be 2 hours.
Okay.
Their apparent Tuesday night show is supposed to be 2 hours. You've got that, but you're looking at like 60, 70 guys already.
Yeah.
They just added new ones this week. Peter Avalon got added. Rick, did you see that?
Is that legitimate or is that a joke?
I can't tell. But they still keep picking up other guys because there were more announcements this week that were legit. It's getting really big, and that's what.
Do you think they're going to do a full sale type thing where they won't do, say, house shows? They'll do pay-per-views at different locations, but then be based, say, out of Vegas, and they'll have like tapings, like 3 or 4, like they do with Full Sail?
I think they want to go live. From what I heard, right, they want to go live on Tuesday nights. So I don't know if that means all from one place, like a Full Sail, like you do go for NXT, or if you're going to. I wouldn't imagine they'd want to travel much at all because the cost for that's major. That's actually why, if you listen to Eric Bischoff and what he says and in his book and stuff, that's one of the first things he did when he took over was he cut house shows because it's too expensive to go back and forth paying for all that stuff. And then you got to deal with union fees and right to work states and things like that. He's like, so we always did small towns because they were in states that were right to work states. I didn't have to pay union, for unions. So I don't know. That's why you'd have a pay-per-view from Tupelo, Mississippi instead of, New York. So
Yeah, and why they never really came out to California.
Right. Yeah, WCW never came out to California. Couldn't afford it. But either way, we're going to watch Double or Nothing. So I'm sure we'll do something about that once it happens at the end of about a month away as we talk, actually.
Yeah,
exactly a month, right?
Yeah. What's today? 25th? I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, it's 25th.
Wow. Okay. Last comments, gentlemen?
No, so it's the interest to see what happens the next few weeks on the old WWE area.
Next time we get together, I want to talk about Dark Side of the Ring.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be this time, but
no,
one of these
I think
times
next
you get
time
together.
to let these two, if they haven't seen it, get a chance to watch it. Eric, have you watched that?
No, it's on Vice, right?
It's on Vice.
Vice.com.
Yeah. Anthony, have you heard of this?
What is that?
It's called Dark Side of the Ring.
No.
It's
Is that
on
like Beyond the Mat?
No. It's. Do you have the Viceland channel?
I think so.
Okay, so they do these things. The first one was on. It was called what? A Match Made in Heaven. Rick, was that what it's called?
Yeah, they're 1 hour documentaries on some sort of controversy or something in wrestling. So the first one was about Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth and their relationship.
Their
They did one on the
relationship.
Yeah, they did one on the Montreal Screwjob. Tonight they aired one on Bruiser Brody's death.
It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I watched it today.
Yeah, they air at different times, but the new episodes premiere Wednesdays. They're only they're hour long. It's just interviews of people who were there, and then some. You know how Unsolved Mysteries used to do that, like reenactment, and it kind of was like it looks like in the shadows that could be Bret Hart, but it's really not.
Right.
Kind of yeah, it's one of those kind of things. They're well done, they're quite interesting, so they're worth a watch. They're still airing all of them, so you can catch them. But yeah, next time in a couple of weeks.
But you can watch it online as well, or no?
I don't know if you can watch it online.
Take a look. It's worth a look, man.
Yeah, it is. And they're short. It's an hour. Like it's actually worth your time because it's something that you know about, and it's interviews with people you know. So they're really interesting. The one about the Montreal Screwjob was actually very interesting, but we'll save it for the next episode here so we can talk about that. Yeah, I'd love to talk about that actually. I watched the first two. I thought they were done really well, even though it was Vice.
Yeah, I watched the third one tonight, and then next week is the Von Erichs. I'm excited.
Is which one?
The Von Erichs.
Oh, right on.
That'd be cool.
The doomed Von Erichs, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
All right. Anthony, anything?
No, I think that about did it. Go Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Yeah, I'm interested for that one.
The pirate experience.
Oh, man. Anthony called it, though. Anthony called it. He said they have to call her up for the pirate thing because in Florida next year for WrestleMania. So we're going to see something.
Then win the tag team championships.
Yeah, that's hopefully. Please let the Iconics have it that long. I'll be good with that. I heard some good interviews with them this week. You know who did a good one with them was actually Lillian Garcia. She has a podcast where she had the Iconics on, and that was actually really good.
Oh, cool.
If you get about an hour to listen to her podcast, it was done well. Out of character interview. And they were talking about, kind of what it meant to them and what they felt like doing this. Because I think those two girls feel like we work our butts off and, we put up with anything they give us and just make the most out of whatever they give us to do it. Rick and I actually, I believe we're going to try to go to Smackdown.
Gonna try.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some tickets. I don't even care if we get the $20 ones, dude. I'm cool with that. That arena's not that big.
No, it's not. They're good seats, but like where we sat before, they were about 40, 45.
Okay, I'm down. So just
toss
me in front. Put me in for one.
Okay.
For sure. I'm down. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully they still have the belt, and then we get to see the Iconics, and I'd love to see the man. All right. Unless anybody's got anything else, this has been episode 2. We will drop soon. You can catch us on our regular podcast, The Extraordinary Culture, which just dropped a new episode this week in honor of 420. Yeah, you should give us a listen this weekend. There's lots of jokes about it, all kinds of stuff.
Right on.
Yeah. Because both my colleagues on that show were all about that, and it was funny. We had a good time.
So next time we'll be back, and it will be called the Kayfabe Experience, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Kayfabe Experience, or the Kayfabe Raiders. The Kayfabe Raiders. You can't rule that out. Or the War Culture. Who knows? All right, gentlemen, that does it for episode number 2. We'll be back in a couple weeks to talk about whatever else is going on. When is Money in the Bank start? Next week we'll actually know the Money in the Bank participants.
Yes.
On next Raw. So the next time we talk about it, I'm sure we'll have some Money in the Bank talk. When is the pay-per-view? I don't even know.
I honestly don't know. It's
got to be a couple weeks away.
Yeah, very, very soon.
May 19th.
May 19th. Okay, so we do have a little bit of time. So no, we'll probably record before that, but we'll at least know who's in there and make some speculation on what we think they're going to do with, or who was going to win and what they're going to do with that person. So, all right, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, it's been good.
Enjoy your weekend. Fun as always.
Time for me to get ready to go see Endgame.
That's right. All right. Enjoy. No spoilers. We know we're not going to get there from you anyway. So
everybody dies.
All right. Talk to you soon. Talk to you guys soon.
Kayfabe Culture is part of the Extraordinary Culture podcast universe. You can email us at exocast@yahoo.com. We're also on social media. You can find us on Instagram at exoculture. We're on Facebook at exocult. We're on Twitter at exocultcast. You can listen to Extraordinary Culture or Kayfabe Culture on Podomatic, iTunes, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. You can YouTube Extraordinary Culture Podcast, or you can ask your smart home device to play the Extraordinary Culture Podcast.